The battle continues May 1st at the second stop on the PSP Tour, so mark your calendars and sign up your team to take the field at the 2015 PSP Nashville Open. Watch all the action going down and broadcast live May 1st through the 3rd on pspevents.com.
All right, I am here with Dave Weinrob of Outlaws. They are getting ready to battle it out with Impact for their second match of the day. Impact is known as one of the best teams in paintball, so going into this match, how are you guys feeling?
Hey, first pro event, no better way than just throw us into the fire and see what we come up with. So, lost a tough one to Infamous earlier today, and we're pissed. We're ready to battle Impact. If we can beat the best, then we can be the best.
Obviously, every match you play, you're learning a little bit more about this field layout. During that loss against Infamous, what were some things you figured out?
Well, we figured out we really need to make sure we work the middle. It's pretty difficult to get wide if you have teams stacking two in the center. So, really, it's about making your spots up the middle and getting wide when you have the chance.
All right, we'll see how Outlaws do here against Impact. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the last game of the first day of competition here at the 2015 PSP Dallas Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez coming at you right now. Edmonton Impact playing their first game of the tournament, and they are taking on the new boys in the professional division, the Trade My Gun Outlaws. So on paper, you have to give this one to Impact. They won the series title last year. They had an amazing season and pretty much flawless. So as far as what they bring to bear to every single game, attacking, defending, finishing, clutch, they've proven time and time again that in those metrics, the metrics of the game of paintball, that they proved that they need to be considered with the best. The Outlaws, they're here to prove that they deserve to play teams like this, that they can be competitive against the best teams in the world. So we're going to find out right now. Outlaws already played a game earlier on against Infamous, but what I liked out of Outlaws, Todd, was the fight that they showed Infamous. Even though they lost that game, they still showed some fight.
Well, it looked like J-Rab and Dave Baines doubled up guns out here on the snake side. I thought they got that Outlaw player coming out, Clint Johnson, but he is there alive. Both teams losing one body early. Jordan Davidson gets shot. Justin Rabikoff gets shot. I think he got shot on his bump. But Outlaws, Cody Mikowski moving over to that big Dorito one on the outside. There you see Dave Baines in the back center. Nick Laval over there on the Dorito side with Josh Wimette. Justin Cornell coming up out of that snake side corner, getting into the outside temple. Looks like he got a shot in. He did. He shoots Mark Johnson as he made the little sneaky move up to the temple. So just 3 bodies left alive now. Coming up into the middle are the Outlaws. 2 bodies over there on the Dorito side for Edmonton Impact. It's Laval and Wimette.
And so as far as field position is concerned, on that D side, a little bit better for Edmonton Impact. Body count goes to Impact as well. 4 bodies versus 3, but looks like Cody Minkowski is going to be taking the walk as well, and then another body and pretty much all dying at the same time.
Yeah, Frederick Berkeley basically walked into Justin Cornell's gun. I don't think he knew where he was. Came up the middle and just got torn apart. So there's Justin Cornell starting again. We're finishing where he left off at the end of the 2014 season. Getting mass kills as he grabs a 3-pack to start the season.
And Nick Laval getting the start for Edmonton Impact, along with Dave Baines, Justin Cornell, and Joshua Met. Justin Rabikoff, only player to get shot for Edmonton Impact, as they now go up 1-0 against the Outlaws. Justin Cornell doing the heavy lifting in that point. 3 confirmed kills for him.
Yeah, made it look easy too.
That's pretty, I mean, that whole team's amazing. They wouldn't have won the series title without them all being stars. However, Justin Cornell has just been such an efficient killer for years for them.
Yeah.
Looking phenomenal. So, to start out the season for them. Tons of time left here. Just got going in this matchup. Stick with us. We're back. Edmonton Impact on the right-hand side of your screen. Outlaws on the left. The teams have traded sides. And now on the breakout here, Impact rolling with 3 guns in the back, staying back there for a while, and Zach Yakmek trying to get out wide. Keith Brown able to make it to the insert bunker behind the snake. Outlaws get into the snake off the break, and no bodies dropped for either team, so Impact trying to keep those 3 bodies back to get a kill, not able to do it, and now forced to scramble around and try to get position. Keith Brown cuts to the inside. Rainey Stanzik, Chad Bouzier, Zach Yakmek, and Zane Yakmek out on the field right now for Edmonton Impact. Ooh, body drops early for Edmonton Impact. I think that is Rainey. Yeah, Rainey Stanzik taking the early walk.
It's the first time we're seeing Chad Bouzier and Keith Brown in Impact uniforms. See if they can make a difference, as I'm sure, no doubt they will. Here comes Zach Yakmek on the run. He's going to bunker out the 50.
And then Keith Brown, I think Keith Brown might have wrapped around and got a kill too. No, he didn't miss that shot.
Yeah, it's Mark Johnson over there in the inside temple.
Still, that was a good job by Zach to get that player out of the snake, because Tyler Osborne was going to cause a problem in there. And now Keith Brown.
Didn't get him the first time, got him the second time.
So Keith Brown wraps around right away, starts getting those crossfield shots, and taps 2 of them out. So nice work, taps another 3rd one out too. So Keith Brown earning his paycheck right away. 3 confirmed kills for Keith Brown, and nice little tag team duo over here, Zach Yakmek and Keith Brown.
Yeah, Keith Brown getting some out there. First point, I mean, I might just come out first point, get a 4-pack.
Yeah.
You know, mess around, get a triple-double, quadruple-double.
1 point played, 4 confirmed kills. Not a bad day at the office to start it out.
He's going to walk into the pit and be like, all right, Keith, man, that was a good game. We're going to need to do that every time. Thanks. Rich get richer.
So 2-0 is the score, and this is early on already in this game. It's time to dig deep here for the Outlaws. They do not want to go down 3-0 against Edmonton Impact.
There's Zane Yakmek. Here is Zach on that quick move. Here he comes. Takes out the 50 snake. Here goes Keith Brown. He's calling his kill on Johnson. There's Johnson walking off. Keith's going to come all the way down. Get 1 kill. Thank you very much. As you're going to see the backs explode of these guys here in the center of the field. And insert Keith Brown into the snake. There's 1. There's Mikowski 2 and 3. And then, oh, there's a guy in the 50 Dorito. I think I'll just shoot him as well. Keith Brown with a 4-pack. Welcome to Edmonton.
Making it look easy. So early on in Outlaws' first match before the game, Mark Johnson was interviewed by Lauren, and he had said about how this team they just wanted to fight, that they were here to prove that they were willing to fight against the best, and that they'd take their lumps if they had to. Obviously, they're going to want to give some lumps, but this is where that test and that question gets answered. How much fight is in the Outlaws? Again, not even necessarily the outcome of the game. It's just, you know, Todd, you've seen it time and time again, right? Team starts to lose, shoulders start to slump, their heads start to hang low, the walks get a little slower off, and you can see them start to crack mentally. So I don't want to see that from the Outlaw, regardless of what happens in this game, because it's still close right now. So you don't want to let Impact start running away with it and get super confident.
I'm gonna trade my gun, like we said earlier. You know, I had that game against Infamous. Didn't look bad. Infamous definitely playing some good paintball. Impact now, Joshua Met getting shot on the break, trying to stand in the open for a little bit too long. But Clint Johnson gets shot by Justin Rabikoff. And looks like another body gonna come off the field. Justin Cornell just took one in the loader right there. There goes Justin Rabikoff, attacking to that snake side tower. Or I'm sorry, he goes up the middle to that middle tower. Locking off the snake side. Three bodies gone for trade my gun.
And here now, Impact, Justin Rabikoff in the center along with Dave Baines. 2 players left alive. Cody Mikowski and Berkeley on the field for the Outlaws. Dave Baines trying to sneak around that center. You can see from the eye in the sky, there's Dave Baines at the center of the field, the big A structure. And here's going to come around and destroy the back of Berkeley.
Oh, Justin Rabikoff just lays it on Mikowski there. the last body on the field. He's going to go back and grab the flag.
So Dave Baines gets himself a 3-pack. Justin Rabikoff with the other 2.
I feel like Dave Baines, you know, for a big guy, he has always been a really sneaky guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like he understands, you know, the sneaky snake around the field, right? I think that these new rules definitely
favor a guy like Dave Baines.
Favor a guy like Dave Baines is going to give him that opportunity again.
Well, he's just
to do what he's really good at.
Well, he's another one of those guys that is just a great example for other players trying to come up the ranks. Dave Baines is 6'3", 6'4", 240 pounds. Anybody can play paintball. Doesn't matter how big you are. You could be, you know, Axel Godin out here, 4 foot tall, running around, impossible to shoot, or you can be, you know, huge Dave Baines and still play the game at its literally ultimate level.
Yeah. And do it nicely.
And make it look good.
Make it look easy.
And here you see Justin Rabikoff making it look good on your screen right there. Headhunting, last player left alive.
Yeah. Justin
Cody
Rabikoff,
Mikowski.
if you see Justin Rabikoff coming towards you, or if you don't see him coming towards you, please believe he ain't going to shoot you in the pack. Justin Rabikoff is not a, hey, I'm going to be nice. Shoots the pack. I saw Ryan Greenspan today when he came running down this side. Totally had a back. Gave the guy a couple in the pack. You know, nice guy. Justin Rabikoff, not such a nice guy.
Just neck hunting, head hunting.
Oh, yeah. Cody Mikowski had to go get changed up real quick.
So now the Outlaws down by 3, 14:50 to go. Lots of paintball to be played potentially in this game, in this race to 7 points. Last game of Friday's competition here at the 2015 PSP Dallas Open. And we will find out tomorrow who will advance, try to win this tournament on Sunday. Dynasty and Top Gun Union will start the day out. So we got the split screen breakout. Outlaws on the right, Impact on the left. And again, that heavy guns in the center lineup for Edmonton Impact. 3 guns up in the center. And then running out all the way to D1 off the break. And it looked like, though, Todd, I don't think they shot anybody. Yeah, it doesn't look like Impact was able to utilize all those off-the-break shots, but still able to get all their guys out and alive, and in good field position, too. Here comes Keith Brown, coming over from Tampa Bay Damage right after the World Cup last year, and in real good field position here at the 50-yard line.
Keith Brown sitting there in the 50. Going heads up with Clint Johnson. It's Rainey Stanzak, Chad Bougere over there on the drill side of the field. Mark Johnson, Cody Schlemmer.
Oh, but Keith Brown loses a gunfight. So nice work. Was that
Clint Johnson saw Keith Brown die, got up to make a move, and he got shot right away, I believe by Zane Yakimek, one of the Yakimek brothers. There's Zane on your screen coming out of the back center right now. As another body drops for TMG, they lose John Crover. And now Zach Yakimek has control of the snake. He jumps into that snake side tower. There's his brother to the inside of him. Here comes Zane creeping through the middle of the field. I think Cody Mikowski just made a bump off the Dorito side, try to come back to the back center. Mark Johnson over there, he's gonna take it in the back from Chad Bougere. Coming out of the 50 Dorito.
It's just not looking good for the Outlaws, man. It's just been all Edmonton Impact.
Jordan Davidson made that bump back to the back center, and he paid for it. As Chad Bougere came down that Dorito side of the field. And yeah, Matty, you're right. All Impact right now. But hey, new team in the league.
Yeah, I mean,
playing against the world champions.
Yeah, the thing is that no matter what, the Outlaws need to keep things into perspective right now. It's our first day as professional paintball players. We had a tough day today. And they had to play Infamous and Impact on your day one. That's a tough draw. I don't care who you are, that's a tough draw. I don't care if you're Dynasty, that's a tough draw.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So the fact that they're here, they're willing to give it a shot, and you know, again, Jeremy Somm, he's no spring chicken. Jeremy Somm, who's the coach of that team, used to play for Avalanche back in the day, notorious paintball player, and he's good at this. He knows paintball. He knows how to do this. He knows how to guide. He's been on winning teams before, and he knows how long it takes. So you have to come in and take your lumps and earn the right to play in this league.
Yeah, I mean,
187 did it, and they're starting to look pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen it time and time again. I mean, even, at Dynasty did not come out the womb amazing paintball players. How did they get good? They took lumps. So that's just how it is.
Yeah. I mean, nothing's easy out here. Nothing's given.
No.
Yeah, everybody got to work hard to be where they're at. So, I mean, this is definitely just a start. But like Mark Johnson said earlier, they're fighters. They're competitors. I can't remember everything he said. I was looking at his soul patch. It's kind of played out. But either way, I mean, these guys, they're young. They're not. This isn't going to be the end of their paintball career. Friday of PSP Dallas 2015. They're here for the long haul. They've been building this team for a while, and they want to be here. They want to be in this position. They want to play against. They want to get their shot against these teams like Impact and Infamous.
Well, and also they've only really been together for 2 seasons. So, I mean, that's a cool story in and of itself. The fact they even made it this far, this fast, is incredibly impressive. So, after talking to him yesterday and getting Jeremy's take on everything, I really feel that the future's bright for them if they stay the course and realize that, games like this, days like this, playing in the mud, playing in the cold, playing against champion caliber paintball teams, that's what you signed up for.
Yeah. And, they got some players out there. Mark Johnson, even though, he's been around for a while, he's still really good. David Weinrob, he's good. Some of these guys that I haven't seen too much, like Tyler Osborne, Frederick Berkeley, I hear a lot of good things about these guys.
Jeremy spoke pretty highly about pretty much everyone on his team, which says a lot because Jeremy doesn't like to speak highly about very many people unless you earn it. But he's really proud about how far, again, these guys have come so fast. And here we go now. Justin Cornell off to the races on the snake side of the field. Mark Johnson caught one in the loader in the face and the shoulder and the arm. And here comes Justin Cornell.
And just nowhere to hide. Nowhere to hide, Justin Cornell. You see how Justin Cornell slid in the snake? That's how you do it, kids at home. Gun, barrel pointed up in the air, no chance of mud. Able to pop right up and still have clean, straight shots. And he just dotted Mark Johnson's face piece and then got 2 more across the field. So
yeah, so another GI Sports Planet Eclipse team dominating out here. So there's Dave Baines coming off, and can't miss him. And then Justin Rabakoff in his trademark purple beanie. So 11 minutes and 28 seconds to go. I doubt we're going to see that much time here as Edmonton Impact is dominating here against the Outlaws. 5-0 is the score. We're going to be right back.
They say paintball is 90% mental. The mental aspect of our sport goes far beyond game plans and visualization. Now more than ever, Empire provides an unmatched support system for you both on and off the field. Having this level of support allows you to focus on the things that you need to go out there and get the job done. The Empire All-In Sponsorship Program. Thousands of players, hundreds of teams, one family, one support system.
Welcome back here. Last game of the day, the 2015 PSP Dallas Open of Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez. And Edmonton Impact dominating the Outlaws.
Yeah,
I want him to give. I want the Outlaws, just for entertainment's sake, to come out here and give these guys a game. But I also want Edmonton Impact to get tested a little bit, so we can see what. Obviously they look great, right? So, but until you meet adversity, you don't really know. And maybe they. Who knows when they're going to get adversity? The next game that Impact has to play. Tomorrow they have 2 games in the afternoon. They play Aftershock. Should be a decent matchup. at 2:15, and then they're going to play Infamous for the last game of the day tomorrow.
Chad Bougere getting shot early, playing that blind spot out there on the Dorito side, but Randy Stanzak quickly fills it. Tyler Osborne getting shot for trading my gun. There you see Keith Brown coming up. Cody Mikowski's coming through the middle. He's looking to go hunting. Nobody picks him up. Keith Brown still playing the wire. He takes a bouncer in the head. And Zane Yakimek gets shot out of the back center. So here comes Trade My Gun.
Nice.
Trying to get back in at Keith Brown.
Yeah, good work on that D side.
Not know where the bodies are.
For the Outlaws.
Finds them pretty quickly.
Yeah, so Keith Brown, last player left alive as the whole D side of the field falls apart for Edmonton Impact. And Trade My Gun. Outlaws going to get up on the board here. So Jordan Davison doing some work, 2 confirmed kills for Davidson. Rainey Stanzik, Zach Yakmak, and Zane, Chabuzier, and Keith Brown all dying in that point to give the Outlaws their first score of this match. 10 minutes and 23 seconds to go now, down by 4. David Weinrob, Fred Berkeley, and Jordan Davidson alive at the end of that point. Fred Berkeley was another guy Jeremy Salm had said, hey, remember this kid's name. Well, none of these guys are kids too. They're all big guys.
Yeah.
Like they're all, near or close to or over 6 foot. They're all, in their early to mid 20s, some a little older. So they're all grown men that have just slowly but surely worked their way up the divisions. But in, again, a short amount of time in case you're just tuning in. All from around the Fort Wayne area. And, finally stepping up here. And that was the big thing is like, regardless win or lose, they said this yesterday, they said this in the interview earlier, is we just want to fight. That's what we're about. We're about trying to be competitive out here, and we're not going to break mentally. We may not win every game, but we're going to try to get out there and give it our best because that's why we're here.
Yeah. I thought picking up Mark Johnson and Clint Johnson from the Texas Storm Camp was a good move for them as well. They had some pretty solid players over there. But, I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. You don't just roll up in here and start winning, pro PSP tournaments. You got to take some lumps sometimes to figure it out. And, what better way to do it than out here on the big stage. So, it's always a learning process, trying to figure out what you got to do to be better. And
so other than Impact looking really good, didn't look good that last point, but, it's 5-1, and the first 5 were pretty awesome. Other than Impact, who do you really feel is standing out in your mind right now?
Even though X Factor played Boom and Top Gun Union, I think that they're playing really well. I like the way that the Ironmen fought today. Dynasty had a good game. And, obviously Houston Heat's got the 4 Russians, and those dudes are kind of good.
So right now, Justin Rabikoff and Dave Baines doing work over here on the Snake side. And though they did lose Justin Cornell, Joshua Met and Nick Laval were over on the D side. And were able to win this one. So now Edmonton Impact 1 point away from taking this game here against the Outlaws. So tomorrow, got a full set. 12 more games coming at you, starting off with Dynasty taking on Top Gun Union. Then the Ironmen are going to take on Revo, 9 o'clock. And then Top Gun will play Boom at 9:45. And then Dynasty versus X Factor, Revo versus Thunder, and Ironman versus Heat to close out the morning bracket, Todd.
Yep. I mean, going to have a good lineup tomorrow. Excited to see that Ironman Revo game. Dynasty X Factor is going to be a good game for sure, because that's X Factor's only game tomorrow. Dynasty's playing Union in the morning, and if Union plays tomorrow like they played today, then both Dynasty and X Factor will be 2-0 going into that game. Ironman Heat. Yeah, that should be a good game. Afternoon bracket. I mean, I thought there's a lot of pretty good games out here. A lot closer than the morning bracket, that was for sure. Damage Legion. Impact Shock. Yeah. Impact's just on top of their game right now.
Yeah. Well, they look so confident. I mean, there's a certain swagger that comes with achievement.
Winning.
Yeah. When you win, you walk around with you know, I mean,
Well, confidence is a big part of that. You know, when you're doing things the right way and you're having success, you know, you're gonna when other people question their confidence, you know, there's no doubt about it in your mind. You know, you're just winning, you're smashing people.
And then you can see that. You can see it in the swagger. You can see the way they walk out on the field. You can see it in the way they play the points. Impact looks real confident. So, you know, a team like that, when you play them, you have to pressure them. You have to put pressure on them. You have to be taking spots. You have to play aggressive, because the only way you're going to take that swagger away from them is if you physically take it away. You're not going to mentally take it away. So you have to physically take it away to try to crack that confidence. And it's, I mean, you know, again, Impact looks really good right now. So out on the field right now for Impact to play potentially the last point unless the Outlaws step up. Keith Brown, Zane and Zach Yakimek, Rainey Stanzik, and Chad Bouzier. So on the breakout here, into the snake, off the break. Impact, Keith Brown again to the snake. Zach Yakimek taking the early walk, so doesn't look like anyone's got shot for the Outlaws. So 5 bodies alive for them.
Keith Brown just lacing people up from the snake. Gets one. Is he going to get the second one in the 50? Maybe, possibly. Here comes Mark Johnson up the middle, going to try and get a shot in on Keith. He's going to catch him slipping. Keith the walkout. I'm not sure Impact still has Rainey Stanzak over there on the Dorito side.
Well, they lost Chad and Zane, so it's just Rainey. And he scurries over into D1 to try to better his position. And then here come the Outlaws.
Yeah, it's a 1-on-2 right now. I think they lost Rainey, but Rainey might have just shot Mark.
Well, regardless, Impact's going to concede the point, which is going to give Trey McGunn Outlaws another one. So with 8:22, I mean, it's...
I think Rainey just evened that up right when they blew the horn. I think he shot Mark Johnson in the side. It's about to be a 1-on-1.
I think Impact was just thinking, hey, let's just reset this one. Let's go out and try to take this win here, keep our point spread up. Never know. I mean, we've seen many teams over the years get doomed because of low point spreads.
Yeah. We'll let it play it out. I mean, make it go hang the flag, make more time come off.
Did you see Rainey walked in? First thing he asked.
I was on their side.
I was like, hey, why did you blow that?
Exactly, dude. Let Rainey spin.
There's Chad Bouzier, new pickup for them. Chad's just shaking his head. So now Nick Laval, Justin Rabikoff, Joshua Met, Justin Cornell coming out to play this next point for Edmonton Impact. Could be the last point of the day here if Impact can pull this one out.
Here you see Dave Baines, Nick Laval, Justin Rabikoff, and Justin Cornell. Yep, switch sides. Last year, Impact, J-Rab was actually the kill count leader for the 2014 season. He had 156 kills. He and JC had 122. Between the two of them, that's 278 kills for the season. Zach was the next closest with 110. Between the three of them, 388 kills.
Well as the three of them played last year, that's the reason why. I mean, that's the statistic that proves the point. I mean, Zach had such an amazing year last year. I've never seen him play that consistent before. And he was just always in the mix, really so efficient as that second attacker. And now here comes Edmonton Impact, chewing up bodies. Justin Cornell trying to put the exclamation point on this one. And it looks like they're going to do it. So Edmonton Impact going to take this game 7-2.
It felt like 7-2.
Yeah. Well, and mostly a team effort. Dave Baines, Justin Rabikoff, and Justin Cornell. 6 confirmed for Dave Baines, 5 for Justin Rabikoff, and then 7 for Cornell. And on the flip side, Trade My Gun, at least out for that last point. Cody Mikowski had 2 confirmed. Davidson 3. These are game totals, not that point. Schlemmer 1, Berkeley 3, and Johnson 3. So the Outlaws are going to have a long team meeting tonight and go over some game footage, figure out what they need to change tomorrow. And the Outlaws only have to play 1 game tomorrow, and it is against Chicago Aftershock.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to have Lauren Kelly as the highlights of the game. Lauren Kelly's going to have Chad Bougere over here in a second. But here's Keith Brown, new pickup from Tampa Bay Damage coming over to Impact. Is that game where he got that 4-pack.
Yeah, Keith played great today.
Yeah.
But that's no surprise. I mean, Keith had become a fundamental member of Damage, and over time had really, started to garner more playing time and more spins. And then today just proved why there's a reason why Edmonton Impact headhunted him away from Damage.
Yep. Here he is again, laying down on the snake. New year, new number. Going with that 23 this season. Getting shot out of the snake from across the field.
Well, a good thing about Impact with the pickups of Bouzier and Brown is that, I mean, this was the same for them last year, but you're never going to face an Edmonton Impact where you got guys that don't have wheels anymore or guys that are too tired because they have so much depth. So every point you could potentially see somebody who's going to be fierce and fresh. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Chad Bougere of Impact. Now, I want to talk to you about your team change going to Impact. What was part of the decision going into that?
Just time for a change for me. I've been with Damage for my whole career. Just want to get some try. I don't know how much longer I'm going to play paintball, so I mean, these last couple of years or however long it's going to be, it'd be nice to go to Europe and just see the world a little bit. Damage, unfortunately, we didn't really play the Millennium. We went over there a couple tournaments, but just didn't work out. So just a little bit of a change for my career and experience something different before it's over.
Absolutely. And tell me a little bit about the differences between the two camps, the practices and the expectations.
I mean, really, I don't see too big of a difference as far as the camaraderie is. I mean, but it's like Damage is second family to me for sure, and they always are going to be my friends and family. And I mean, Impact's the same way. I mean, it's a really tight knit group. I think we do a little bit more outside of the paintball world with Impact, I think, but that's pretty much it. I mean, the practices are still pretty much the same. I just have to fly to the practices now. It's the only difference. Same teams we practice, so I mean, both teams play equally as hard, I think. So.
At the first match, joining a new team, do you feel a little extra added pressure to perform really well?
No, I mean, not for myself. I've been doing this a long time now, so it's not just me out there. It's my teammates. So, I mean, as long as I can trust them, they can trust me, and I mean, just comfortable out there. So, I mean, I practice with them quite a few times now, so it's second nature out there now.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. You guys won your first match of the weekend against Outlaws. Thank you. It's been a long day. They will be battling Aftershock and Infamous tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Thanks, guys.
Mark your calendars and get ready for the battle at the upcoming stops on the 2015 PSP Tour. The Nashville Open goes down May 1st through the 3rd. Mid-Atlantic Open June 18th through the 21st. The Chicago Open takes place August 7th through the 9th. And the biggest paintball tournament on earth, the PSP World Cup, runs October 15th through the 18th. Sign up your team now and get into the fight. Watch all the action on PSPevents.com. You don't want to miss it.